Hi, my name is Jay Grams. My family has owned the Volo Auto Museum since 1960. We have a few hundred of the most exciting collector cars, and they're all for sale in one location. I personally have handpicked them from around the country. Welcome to my sales shop. Come on, let's go for a spin. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a serious collector car for you. These rarely even come to market. You know why? They made 600 of these. It's a 1970 Camaro L78. For those of you that don't know, that's a 396 with 375 horsepower. Biggest motor available. They made 600 of them total. They were all 4-speed cars. They didn't even advertise the L78. They advertised the 350 horse. They didn't even advertise the 375. This one here is also a rally sport. That's very desirable. The rally sport front end makes it even more desirable. So out of the 600 made, how many survived? How many are rally sports? This one here has been nut and bolt restored, body off frame, rotisserie, all redone. It's in beautiful condition. Has the correct motor, correct trans, correct rear end. So I can't wait to tell you all about it. But you can go to volocars.com at any time. That's where you can read all the specs, and you can study over 100 photos top to bottom. And that's where you find the price tags on over 200 collector cars that we offer for sale. That's at volocars.com. If you enjoy the videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, click on that bell icon. You'll be notified as the new ones are posted. For right now, join me, buckle up, let's go for a spin. Yeah, very special car we've got right here. 70 Camaros in general have just been really climbing in value, really gaining popularity. And this one is probably the holy grail of all of them. Z28s are also very desirable cars. They made 6,000 and something of those. This is 600. So the bottom of the car is all metal, done in the red oxide primer, just as it would have left the factory. All the components are restored, rebuilt, detailed. The front end, steering, suspension, ball joints, bushings, shocks, springs, all been replaced. The A-arms, the subframe, all nice, clean, smooth metal. New body bushings, of course. Same thing in back, the leaf springs, shocks, bushings, that's all been redone. I really did my homework on this car, literally spent hours researching it. One of the ways to tell if it's legitimate, the SS396s came with a rear sway bar. SS350 didn't have to have one. The upper mounts would be welded to the car. If someone was adding a sway bar, they'd bolt them on. These upper mounts for the sway bar are welded to the car. They look like they've been there forever. So it does have the suspension with the sway bars all around, which would be correct for an SS396 car. The brake system's all restored. It has disc in front, drum in back, brake lines, e-brake cables. Of course, it's all been redone. The fuel system's all new. The tank, the straps, the sending unit, the fuel lines, all replaced. You look up at the motor, it's spotless Chevy orange. The starter looks like an original type. I didn't check numbers, but it's a correct starter. The transmission that's in here, it is a Muncie 4-speed transmission. All of it looks clean, the linkage, everything looks right. According to the codes, it is a correct 4-speed for the car. I could not find a VIN on there. So I can't tell you it's the original 4-speed, but it is a correct Muncie 4-speed, right time frame period. The rear end, it's a 410 12-bolt rear end. Dated March, the car is dated March, but the date is 2 weeks after the car was built. So I think that would tell us that it's not the rear end that came with the car, but it is a correct 410 12-bolt within 2 weeks of the build date of the car. So it is a correct, proper rear end for the car. Now the body, it's repainted Camaro Gold. That's the name of it. That's its original color. The body and paint's in beautiful shape. This can be a problem area because there's a lot of flexing and twisting. You do have a hairline crack, and I mean it's a hair, but it's all smooth. The roof looks to be in excellent shape. The trim on the rain gutter and around the hood, that's an option. All new glass. All the windows are new. Got sport mirrors. All this is in great shape. This gap right here is a little big in my opinion. I would probably want to try and do something with that if possible. The Rally Sport is the nose that sticks out front, has the extra band here, has different marker lights, split bumper they call these. All the trim, the chrome, lenses, all that's new. Has a front spoiler. Nice wheels, they're restored, new trim. BFGoodrich tires look like they're new. Emblems are new. This is all in really nice shape. No issues that I see. It's all smooth. It's all real nice and clean. Nothing on this side. It's all real nice. New trim. The back deck is excellent. It has the square metal speaker grills. That's factory. This is all real nice. Has this tall spoiler. Blacked out SS tail panel. Chrome bumper. They did not have stripes on the SS. That was on the Z28. So this is correct without the stripes. I didn't mention the exhaust. It is a custom exhaust. Has the X pipe in the middle. Sounds great. You'll hear it at the end of the video. It sounds like a 375 horse engine. They have a distinct sound. I've heard enough of them. This is definitely 375 horsepower. So now I invite you to go through the car. We'll open it up, get inside of it. Okay, so we've got a really nice interior. It's restored from carpet to headliner. Looking at a beautiful dash. The instrument panel's been replaced. All the chrome is sparkling. And it has the factory tachometer, which redlines at 6,500, which is unique to the 375 horsepower and I think the Z28. I just noticed the clock is working. So the gauges have been restored. Dash pad's replaced. These things always warp real bad, so this must be new. It fits real nice. It's got an SS steering wheel. I don't think it's supposed to have the wood grain. It should just be black. That's an easy fix. There is a retro stereo in the factory hole, and the speakers in back, I told you they have the factory grills, but there's actually newer speakers underneath it. Glove box liner's new, and there's an owner's manual. The vents are new. The kick panels are real nice. Actually, this kick panel does have a crack right there. Jambs are painted nice. Weather strips, window seals are replaced. Door panels in excellent shape. Couple light scratches in the plastic piece on the top. The rest of it looks new. Now back inside the car, it does have new carpet. It has new front GM seat belts. I didn't see any in the back. The seats have new cushions, front and back. All new cushions, new upholstery. The headliner and visors have been replaced. There's a few wrinkles on the headliner. They're a little trickier to put in than people realize. We have working dome light. So inside the car is really, really excellent. Close to brand new condition. Hurst 4-speed shifter coming out of the floor. All right, now let's look at this motor. This famed L78 engine. In 1970, the trim tag is real important. The tag right here says L78 right on the tag. They didn't do that prior years, and they would also indicate Z28 if it were Z28. I literally spent hours comparing that tag to other tags on the internet trying to determine that it is an authentic tag. I am convinced through my research. I matched up the build date to the VIN number. They correspond. I studied and researched this trim tag, little nuances that changed after certain dates, and everything checked out 100%. So that says L78 right on the tag. This is an L78 car as far as I'm concerned. The motor itself has the proper casting codes. It has the square port heads that's indicated by this hump right here. And it has the correct low-rise aluminum high-performance intake from GM. Motor's all rebuilt. The front of the motor up by the pad, it has the stamp on there, which is the correct stamp. It's a 1970 396 375 horsepower, made it to a 4-speed. The only little quirk, it's dated the end of August. They went on strike. They had production issues. 70 Camaro didn't get built till February of 1970, which is very late. Typically, they start building cars in August for the next model year. People call these 70 and a half. That's how late the production was. So this engine was assembled. I have a book written by an expert. He says the motors could have sat around for 6 months before they were actually put into a car because they weren't building the cars. So this motor is dated end of August. The car was built beginning of March. So the dates are typically far off, but in this case, it is still possible that it's the original motor for this car. If nothing else, we know for a fact it is a correct 396 L78 motor for this car. I believe it to be the original one. Now in 1970, they stamped the VIN number down by the oil filter. There's pictures of that on our website. They were kind of a sloppy stamp, but the VIN number to this car is stamped down by the oil filter. I was noticing different components in here, like the valve covers have dimples. They're spot welds for the baffles down below, underneath it. Those are correct. Reproductions don't have the dimples. It has headers, which would not be correct, but typical. It does have deep groove pulleys on all of the pulleys except the power steering. That's part of the 375 horse. You rev them real high, you don't want the belts to fly off. Date-coated spark plug wires. It does have a new shiny carburetor. The original carburetor is in the trunk in a box. I've yet to actually get the codes off it. I'll do that and I'll put that on our website. So we got power steering, we got power brakes. The power brake system's all restored. It has new hood insulation. It does have an aftermarket radiator, big aluminum radiator to keep it cool. It does have a clutch fan, the right shroud, the horns are hooked up, all new wiring harness, everything's painted nice and smooth and clean and fresh in here. So it's a show quality motor compartment. And from what I found in my hours of research, it's a very authentic car. Now this overflow bottle would not be correct. The overflow in 1970 dumped right on the ground. I guess they weren't too concerned about that sort of thing back then. So yeah, there you have the motor compartment. Let's go look in the trunk. I really did my homework so I could represent this as fairly as possible because it's such a rare car. So trunk compartment's all clean metal. It has a nice gray spatter finish paint. Then under the trunk lid and the jamb are painted glossy. It has new weather strip, new trunk mat, and the jack is probably a new reproduction. And we've got a water pump and we've got a carburetor. I assume those are the originals. I'll check the numbers. I'll post my findings on the website. So we've got a really nice trunk compartment. So there you have it. You give the car one last spin. This is a special car, folks. If you've been looking for one, don't snooze on this. 600 made, not too many around. That's my impression. Go to volocars.com. Plenty of ways to reach out to the salesman. If you have questions or concerns, feel free to ask. They'll help you the best they can. They can get this delivered to your driveway. They can get you financed. That's at volocars.com. If you enjoy these videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click on the bell icon. You'll be notified as the new ones are posted. Thanks for watching.